Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay. Okay. We're gonna get started. Okay. We're gonna get started. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Testing 1 2. My name is Chanel Atkins, Dallas City Council Mayor Pro Tem for District 8. I want to welcome everyone for you to coming out today. This is a very important milestone for the southern sector. The city of Dallas, this is a win for the environmental, a big win for the environmentalists, especially in the southern part of Dallas. I wish to welcome the special guest today. Thank you for joining us. Later in the program, you will hear from Carlos Evans, can give you the runabout, how we started this and the cleanup methods, and the last step to clean up. I want to first thank Miss Jackson, Marsha Jackson, and the neighbors. I want to thank that first. And this started back many, many years ago, almost 3 to 4 years ago, that someone called me and said, hey, there's a whole lot of shingles here. And we call it Shingle Mountain, but now we call it Blue Star. But it's still the environment injustice that we got to make sure we clean up. Unfortunately, this is not the only environmental cleanup we're doing in District 8. We're doing lane plating, which is a Superfund site. And we got Shingle Mountain. But the shingle did not cause the major problem. It just was an issue buried below the shingles. When many, many years ago, people were dumping debris. Instead of going to our landfill and paying the price, they were dumping here. And we discovered not the shingle, but what was underneath the shingle was a major problem. And we started cleaning this up. As you look here, the mountain is gone, but the community is still here. The community still got to live here. The children still got to play here. And we are just in the first phase of saying what we're going to do. We are cleaning this up to non-restriction area. It could be anything. You can put anything here. But it's still a process it's got to go through. We did put an air monitor during the whole cleanup process. We did take all the dirt here to McCormick landfill. It went to McCormick. It was tested. When it went there, it was tested again. The dirt was sent off to be tested, so everything is clean here. The dirt that came in from McCormick was tested, put at the site. I want to thank Robert Trucking for all the work he done for moving the shingle and also make sure that the dirt came back clean. You look at the land and what do you think about it? It's green. It's a green pasture. It's something that you know what a dream of, that is something the city of Dallas can clean up and turn something back over to the resident in this state. We have a whole lot of naysayers said we're not going to do it. We done spent over $3 million in taxpayer money to clean it up. We had set aside over $2 million budget to remediate this year. And for the first time I can say, we was under budget and on time and ahead of schedule. Now, that's something you don't hear from the city of Dallas on a project. On time, under budget, over $200,000. And 2 weeks ahead of schedule. And with all the delays that we had, we are turning this back over. This is not the end. What we have here is not the end. You wonder what steps is going forward. And I just wish everyone who said this right here. We do not know what would be the future here. We do not know the future. And we're not going to predict what the future is going to be. We are doing a study called Forward Dallas. If you don't know what Forward Dallas is, get to know Forward Dallas. Forward Dallas is a very important plan in the city of Dallas. We've been working on Forward Dallas for the last 20 years. That's a placeholder to know what should be in different part of the neighborhood. What is about right, what should be, what should not be. Then when the Forward Dallas is completely, hopefully this project right here is way ahead of Forward Dallas. Because this right now is a placeholder. It's a placeholder right now. We don't know what the zoning is going to be. That's another tier to find out about the zoning. Once we find out what the zoning is going to be, then we can say what we would put here. What it would be zoned for. That's down the road. But today here, we are working to say we are cleaning up, and Shingle Mountain is no longer here. Blue Star is no longer here. And we are turning this back over to the resident and the community of the city of Dallas. With that, I just want to say, with Carlos and everyone standing behind me, thank you. Thank you. This was not an easy task. This is not about political. This is about the right thing to do in any part of the city of Dallas. The right thing to do. Environmental injustice is alive. And you think that when you got environmental justice, when you look at my District 8 in the southern part of Dallas, with all the vacant land here, how many environmental justice that we have, how many sites we do have in District 8 in the southern part of Dallas. So it do show us, it do show my colleagues. I want to thank all my colleagues. It is not the past council members and the present council member. It wasn't for them, this site would still be Shingle Mountain, still be Blue Star, because those are the ones who have to help me vote. I could not do it alone. I go back to Mayor Johnson, Mayor Rollins, and all my council members. All back to Jennifer Starback Gates, who was there, who's not there now. So I wish them, I want to thank my past council member for helping to get this site clean. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Carlos Evans to talk more into detail.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Atkins. My name is Carlos Evans, Director of the Office of Environmental Quality and Sustainability. And Mayor Pro Tem Atkins said most of it. I'll just reiterate that, again, remediation activities on the site are complete. Again, we removed over 47,000 cubic yards of soil to McComas, and we brought back approximately 7,000 of clean fill to the property. And you see the clean fill right behind, right above my shoulders. We've sprayed grass seed on the property and are implementing other erosion controls, so we will not have any stormwater issues. So moving forward, we're working on our remediation report that we're going to submit to TCEQ. And by February, we hope that we get from TCEQ their review letter. And of course, we're working towards a certificate of completion. So that's what we're hoping at the end of this stage. So at this point, I just want to thank our entire team. Again, we're within budget and ahead of schedule, and that takes a lot of effort. I want to thank our residents, including Ms. Jackson, for collaborating on this effort with us. Without them, we would not understand how to clean up the property and to make sure we do it the right way. So make sure we appreciate the residents of Floral Farms. I want to thank Cliff Gillespie, Robert Fadden, Tad Bates, and the rest of the Department of Sanitation team for helping us clean up the property. I want to thank Sarah Standifer, Jeff Hadaway, and the Dallas Water Utilities team for helping us manage the site. Thank you, Britta Anderchek, Andrew Davis, David Denham, and Asia Mesquez, and the rest of the data analytics team for developing the dashboard, where you can see how many truckloads, and you can identify the air monitoring data on that dashboard. Thank you, Quincy Roberts and his team at Roberts Trucking, to make sure that we were able to get the soil to McComas and the clean soil back to the property. Thanks to our consultants, Kenneth Tram, Mason Callahan, and the Modern Geosciences team, to make sure that we meet our technical and regulatory requirements. And of course, thanks to my team at OEQS, people like Lori Trulson, who's our project manager. She's the point person. She's been the point person on this project for years. Thank you, Lori Trulson, for all you do. Thank you, Judy Schmidt. Where's Judy? I don't know where Judy. Judy's right here. She's our outreach and communications manager, so thank you for making sure that we have these press conferences. Thank you, Paul White, our assistant director, who oversees this effort, and the rest of the environmental due diligence team, which is Elizabeth Perez and Joe Wells. So again, ahead, we're finalizing our remediation completion report. We're going to get that to TCEQ. We'll work with TCEQ to get our certificate of completion, and that'll be done. That'll be it. So with that, we'll take any questions.
Yeah, before I'm taking a question, it's really amazing when you think about the North and the South, the haves and have-nots. And you think that we are in a great city today. And you think that almost 48% of the population is south of 30, or south of the Trinity River. You think that almost 20 years ago, we were 15% of the property value, property tax, south, with all the land we have here. And we have not grown but 3%, by 18% in the southern part of Dallas. And all the land we have here, it's a shame that it's not developed. If we're going to be a great city, we got to clean it up. We got to invest in the southern part of Dallas. If we do not invest in the southern part of Dallas, we are going to be in bad shape in the future. Because you got to create more development in the southern part of Dallas. More high-rises, more grocery stores, more quality houses. You got to invest, and this show you that we can clean up sites like Shingle Mountain, Lane, Platon, and all the environment, and turn this into property value, property tax. Because property tax that makes sure the city is safe. And I want to make sure that environmental do make a change, it do make a difference in the value of the city of Dallas. So I think this is a turning point to show people we can clean it up. We can show people that in the southern part of the Dallas, the temperature is almost 5 to 10 degrees higher than the northern part of Dallas. And people don't realize that because the environment is different. So if we change the environment, we can change the city of Dallas. With that, is there any question?
Can you, I know you went into it for a little bit, but can you talk about the timeline on which y'all want to try to find what you want to do with this property?
Okay, Derek, I said earlier, we're in a process doing Forward Dallas. Forward Dallas is a plan. It's a citywide plan. A whole lot of people don't realize what is Forward Dallas. It started back in 2006. And right now we're 2023. And we're still working on Forward Dallas. That is a placeholder to tell all the property in the city of Dallas what is the placeholder, what you want to be. It's not about zoning. It's just say what is current a placeholder. This property right here is a placeholder. Until they go to CPC and say what is zoning going to be. Then when the zoning going to be, then they come to the city council and we determine what the zoning going to be. And that is by right that people could not just go and build something here or build something there without knowing what the zoning is. So that's what is Forward Dallas, and that's very important because we got to make sure that our zone is correct because you're going to put many type of project throughout the city because it's about right.
Okay, and with that being said, so Forward Dallas started in 26 to 2023. With that being said, in that timeline, how do you prevent this from becoming a dumping site?
Well, right now it was authorized hearing. It would not be a dumping site again because it's going through the process now. It's going to CPC, and they're going to determine what the zoning is going to be. Hopefully people in CPC and hopefully people on the city council like me and say, we don't want this to be a landfill. You know, it can be anything else. It could be a business. It could be what, a green space. It could be whatever. Right now, this site could be anything they want it to be because we clean it up under restriction. It could be anything.
With this being zoned as we can see around us as a business zone, this would take a special use permit to go and put a residence in here. Wouldn't it be likely that a trucker or something of that like would come in here and purchase this land? And also, does the city own this land? Would they be putting this up on the market?
Well, the city owns the land, but a SUP, that's special use permit, but right now it's going through that process. So right now this property is off limit until we find out what the zoning is going to be.
What's the timeline on the zoning?
I'm going to get to the point, you know, I want to say it, I'm going to kind of say within a year or so we should know. You know, going through that process, going through that procedure, it's a process.
Not to challenge you, city councilman, but wouldn't that have been the process prior to cleaning this up, that you knew where you were going with this, that you had a direct drive as it relates to this property in this area?
Yes, we did. That's why Forward Dallas came. That's why we started authorized hearing. And this is the first project that would be tested to go in. And this is the first project in the city of Dallas history that is going through the process. Anything else? Anyone else? Thank you. Thank you.